EZStation 3.0 from Uniview is the official video management software, or VMS, for all Uniview products. This is an excellent program that you can download for your PC or your Mac, and it will allow you to view and manage your cameras either on the same network as your computer or from anywhere in the world using Uniview's EZCloud. So why should you use EZStation instead of simply logging into your camera's web browser? Well, there are a few reasons. First, if you log into a camera via the web browser, you're only able to view one camera at a time. Now, sure, you could log into your NVR to be able to view and manage multiple cameras, but what if you have multiple NVRs? What if you're managing cameras on multiple properties across multiple networks? In that case, simply logging into an NVR's web interface really isn't sufficient. Okay, but what if you are managing only a single NVR or a small handful of cameras? Is there still any benefit to using EZStation 3.0? Absolutely there is. EZStation offers a ton of features for you to be able to flexibly and intuitively manage your cameras. You can set up interactive maps of your cameras. You can easily manage all intelligent events. You can set up custom views and custom sequences, and really manage your cameras in any way you need to. It also now has full compatibility with Uniview's license plate recognition camera, giving this even more function than ever before. What's going on, everybody? I am Tyler from Nelly Security, and in this video, we're going to take a deep dive into EZStation 3.0. Let's jump right in. Again, EZStation 3.0 is a completely free download. The way you can access the program is right here from our website, nellysecurity.com. Simply head to any Uniview product and scroll down until you see this download section. And there you'll be able to see all of the Uniview software that you can download. And EZStation is going to be right here. You can see what the latest version is, either 3.12 for the PC or 3.10.1 for the Mac. So go ahead and download EZStation for whichever platform you're using. Once the software is downloaded, you can go ahead and log in with the default username and password, which is going to be admin and 123456, just like you're logging into a Uniview camera. So I'm going to click login, and you can change this password later so that you're the only one who has access to this, which is very handy, especially if you're on a public computer. And now here's the program, EZStation 3.0. You can see that by default, we have opened up to this control panel, and we'll take a look at some of these different items in a minute. I just kind of want to go over the general interface that we have here. In the middle of the screen, we have the window, whatever we're working with. In this case, it's the control panel. You'll see as we begin to open up new functions, we're going to have tabs that span across the top of this window. Up here at the top right, we have our main menu. And this first icon is just going to be icons. These are shortcut icons to take us to the most commonly used functions. We also have the ability to change this from a light theme to a dark theme. But we're going to keep that on dark theme right now because I think this looks a whole lot better. Right here, if you click on this, we have our username and password again, so you can log into another account, which is cool because you can have multiple user accounts. So again, if you share a computer with somebody else, you can both have your own usernames, and that way, when you log in, it's going to be set up the way that you want it to be set up. If somebody else logs in, they can have it set with completely different configurations. Right here is your current username, and again, you can go ahead and change that password for higher security. What this button's going to do is lock the program. So now before I can go back in, I have to log back in with my default password. And then we have a simple help button to bring up a configuration wizard, a user manual, information about the program, as well as the licenses. Now let's look at some of the capabilities here. You can see across the right side of the screen, we have two different tabs, one for basic functions and then one for smart functions. We're going to look at just the basic functions for now. The first two things that we need to look at are system configuration, and this screen is going to help us dial in our settings for the program itself, such as how do we want it to play video, what kind of streams do we want to default to, what kind of resolution do we need to prioritize, and you can set up all your screenshots, set up recording so that when you download a recording either through playback or through the live view. You can set up the file path where you want that to go, and you can change this to, I think by default it comes with TS. I always put this in MP4 only because I use these videos in the videos that we make for YouTube and social media. TS is a higher quality video, and it's going to be more proprietary for Uniview, so it's great for if you're using all Uniview programs, but MP4 is what I stick to just for compatibility with other programs. And then we have local recording, which we can set up and have our computer kind of be its own little NVR. If we have a few cameras, but we don't have an NVR, we can use EZStation with this local recordings option to automatically trigger recordings on our computer based on things like motion detection and other intelligent events. You have your system settings, how you want this to behave on startup, if you want to automatically log in, if you want to start the program as soon as you start Windows, you can do that here. There is a log, maintenance. We're not going to go through all of these settings, but definitely before you do anything else, you want to hop in here, make sure that everything is set up the way you need it to be set up. The second thing we need to do is come into device management. This is where we're going to actually add our cameras and our NVRs to the program. So a few things to see here. Across the left, we have different tabs here for encoding devices, decoding devices, cloud devices, access control devices, and network keyboard devices. And across the bottom here is going to be any Uniview product that EZStation recognizes on our network. This page acts just like EZTools. If you've ever used EZTools to find the IP address of your camera, that's pretty much exactly what this is. It's just going to pull in all of the Uniview devices on your network. Hey guys, Editing Tyler jumping in here just a minute to say this isn't just for Uniview devices. You can actually view your Uniview devices on here as well. So if you have some R-Series cameras set up or some Hanwha Vision, Hikvision, Dahua, whatever it might be. Just wanted to hop in and say that. Let's get back to it. What we can do from here is go ahead and add those into our EZStation device list just by clicking these checkboxes and clicking add. We can also do cloud devices, which right now you can see I'm logged into our Nelly's Tech account. On this account, we do have 2 devices, and we can see the status right here is online. The difference between an encoding device and a cloud device is encoding devices are only the devices that are on the same network as the computer. Right now, my computer is connected to our network at Nelly Security, so all of the cameras on our network are showing up right here. If I was connected to a different network, let's say I was on my laptop and I was trying to access these cameras from my home, none of these cameras would show up because I'm not on the same network. The difference is when we go through the cloud and we set up devices on our cloud account, these devices can all be accessed from anywhere in the world, whether I'm here in the office, whether I'm at home, whether I'm on vacation. I will always have access to viewing and managing my cameras when they're set up through the cloud. So more often than not, this is going to be the way that we recommend you set up your cameras. And we have other videos on our channel here that walk you through how to add these cameras to your Uniview EZ Cloud account. It's really simple. All you have to do is scan the QR code with your mobile app, follow the instructions, and you're good to go. Once those cameras are associated with the cloud account, whether you're on your phone or your computer, as long as you're able to log into that account, you'll have access to those cameras. And I'm going to log out of our Nelly's account so I can show you what this looks like. When you first click on this cloud device tab, it's going to be blank. You're just going to have login or register. We're going to click log in. One thing I want to point out, because a lot of people get hung up here, the username is not your email address. This is confusing because when you first create your user account on the mobile app, it does have you put in your email address. It doesn't have you create a username. However, if you go into the app settings, it will show you what your username is. It's usually randomly generated. And from there, you can either change your username to something you'll actually remember, or just take note of your username so you can log in here from EZStation. But I'll just reiterate that one more time. You do not put your email address in here. It will not work. You need to log in with your EZ Cloud username. Okay, so we'll do Nelly's Tech and our password. And boom, there we are. It says offline because it's still connecting. Once everything is connected and good to go, we'll see these color indicators turn green and everything will be online and ready for us to use right here from our computer. My device up here, this is an actual cloud device that we have manually added to our account. Down here are shared cloud devices. I think these are probably from different customers that we're working with, so I'm not actually going to show these here in this demo video, but whatever devices you have added to your cloud account will show up here, and they will automatically be pulled into your EZStation device list. So if I come back here to the control panel and click Live View, you can see that I do have devices already set up. These are our shared devices, and this is the device that we have manually added. I will go ahead and put this up so we can see what it looks like, since this is just our office. Stream type, it's on the third stream. Let's put it on the main stream. There we go, that looks a lot better. And there is another view from our parking lot. And I'm gonna put this on the main stream once more. There we go. Again, these are cloud devices. If I were to take this computer home, I could still access both of these cameras and do everything that I need to do. Let's come back to the control panel. I'm going to add a few more devices. Come into device management, and already you can see we have a few tabs stacking up here. Every time we open a new window, it's going to open a new tab. So instead, let's come here to encoding device, and I'm just going to add, let's see if I can see here, all of these .2 IP addresses. I'm just going to click all the checkboxes here. I don't know if all of these cameras are actually online or not. I guess we'll find out when we go to the live view. I think that should be good. Now I'm going to click Add. We can add them just to our device list, or we can add them to a group, which is going to act like a folder within our device list. A new group, we could call this Nellies. So if we were managing multiple properties, we could have multiple folders in there for the different properties. Whatever makes sense to you. You don't even have to use folders. This is all just for organization purposes. It doesn't actually change the function of the program. So there we go. We've added all of those devices. Okay, we have 2 that are offline. That's okay. If we do need to change the password of this, we can come in here and click the checkbox, click Edit, and then we can make this password whatever we need it to be. Let's just try 123456. See if it still has the default password. You can also manually add devices here by giving it a name, typing in the IP address if you know what the IP address is, and then username and password. Now again, since these are all added through their IP address and not through the EZCloud account, none of these are going to show up if I try to access EZStation on another network from another location, etc. So let's come back to our live view, and now we have a lot more cameras to work with. We can drag these into our live view either by clicking on the window that we want them to appear and double clicking on the device, or we can just grab a device over on the left, click and drag it into the window where we want it to appear. We can take a snapshot from the camera. We can start a manual recording, start digital zoom. If the camera has a built-in microphone, you can start either a one-way or a two-way audio stream. You can also do an instant playback, only if you're viewing the camera from an NVR. And we can also activate a point of sale on-screen display, and that's something that you can set up over in system configuration. Point of sale on-screen display, you can change the font color. I don't really know a whole lot about the point of sale display. For now, let's go back to the live view and check out what else we can do. First of all, instead of viewing all these separate channels, we can come in here and click View, and that's going to allow us to change the setup. We can do a single camera split. We can do a 4-way split. We can do a 9-way split. We can do a 16-way split. And we can even do a 25-way split. So let's come back to the 4-way split here, because there are a couple of different ways that we can manipulate our cameras and throw up the exact number of cameras that we want, and also the exact configuration of cameras that we want. And that can be done through a custom view. You can see I have this simple one set up here called a warehouse view. So if I double click on this warehouse view, well, let's delete this one and start from scratch. Let's create a new custom view. And what we're going to do is a warehouse view. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. And a custom view is just a preset, so that if you have 3, 4, 8, 16 cameras that you want to switch to with the click of a button, you can set those up here as a custom view. Let's say for this example, we want a warehouse view that's going to quickly show us all of our warehouse cameras at once. without having to remember which cameras we actually are interested in out of that long list that we saw earlier. So I took some notes here. Let's get 2.33. Let's add that. Let's add 2.29. And let's add 2.41. We'll add this. And let's click this button to batch add those. Oh, we got to select a window. So we'll select a window here, click this button to batch add them, give the stream type, and there we go. Our 4 cameras have appeared here in our 4-way view. We're not actually seeing the cameras right now because we're just setting up the view configuration. And mainstream, that all looks good, so I'm going to click OK. Oh, we have to give it a name. Warehouse cams. OK. And I'm gonna toggle that open, and we now have our warehouse cams view here. And now let's come back to 9-way split. We have 9 cameras up, running, and now we want to focus only on our warehouse cameras. Boom, we're gonna click the play button there. We have our 4 warehouse cameras ready to go. Super helpful, super handy. Next, I want to look at the sequence resource. To do this, we're going to come into Control Panel. We're gonna click on Sequence Resources. It's kind of similar to the custom views that we just set up, but instead of a preset configuration of split views, this is going to be a single channel that just rotates through a set number of cameras. So I'm going to come up here and click Add. We'll add our first sequence resource. For this, we'll make this a parking lot sequence. So that's what I'll name this. Parking lot sequence. We'll add 2.106. We'll add 2.37. I don't see 2.37. 2.168. 2.37. Do I not have a 2.37? Not sure if that's a parking lot camera or not, but we'll just try it out. We have all of those selected. We can give it an interval in seconds. So this is the amount of time we want it to take before it switches to the next camera. 20 seconds is good. We're going to click this button to add the ones that we've selected to our sequence list. Let's put it on mainstream just for the purposes of this video, and should be good to go. Now let's come back to our live view, and we can assign that sequence to any one of these views. So let's come back to, let's do a 9-way split. And we're going to come down here, instead of video channel and view, we're going to click sequence resource. We see our parking lot sequence here. Let's drag this right in the middle. And we're going to watch as this changes every 20 seconds. Maybe I should have put it on a lower frequency just for the purposes of this video. There we go. Did you guys see that? That's exactly what a sequence resource does. This is going to act like a single channel on your EZStation, but it's actually a set number of cameras, whichever cameras you choose, to sit there and rotate through. You can call it from the side. You can assign it to a channel, anything you need to do. Again, super helpful. I really, really like EZStation, you guys. This is, if you're not using EZStation to manage your NVRs and your cameras, I highly recommend you start. I'm just surprised that this is a completely free program. All right, let's go to the next thing. We've looked at live view. We've looked at device configuration. Let's check out the EMAP, because I think this is another really cool function of the EZStation program. We're going to create a new map by clicking this Add Map button in the middle of the screen. And from here, we can choose a picture. I've already uploaded a couple. We're just going to open up the Nellie's map. We can enter a map name. We're going to call it Nellie's Security. And all this does is bring the picture that you uploaded right here into the middle of the screen. But then what you can do is start grabbing cameras and positioning them on the map to give you and your clients a really easy, intuitive, and interactive way to monitor your cameras. So for instance, we have this .31. This camera is back here behind our building. The 3.2 is also behind our building on this side. Then we've got the 3.3, which is our warehouse. And I believe it's positioned right about here, pointing over here at Sean's office. We've got this .106 camera, which is going to be in the parking lot back here. This .40 camera is, I don't know what that one is. But we've got .39, which is our production room. We've got .47, which is our sales team camera right about here. We've got .29, which is our warehouse right above the entrance. We've got .168, which is our parking lot down here. And we've got .41, which is our warehouse fisheye. And it's all right about there in the middle. Let's delete most of these, except for the fisheye. There we go. And now, once we have all of this laid out, we can come up here and click Map, and we can actually use this to monitor our cameras. The light, this little red light, is going to start going off when motion is detected. And if you ask me, especially if I'm the end user and not the integrator, this is a really easy way for me to monitor my system, because instead of looking at this long list of cameras that really means nothing to me, I can actually see and visualize spatially where these cameras are located and exactly what's happening on my property. For instance, if someone is down here walking across my property, I can double click this camera and I can instantly get an idea for what's going on at that location. Let's say there was somebody walking across the parking lot and I was watching them on this camera, and they disappear around this corner. Well, if I was just on the main live view, I need to scroll through this list of cameras, and I might not know which camera would have the best view of that individual. However, if I'm looking at this map and I know he just went around this corner over here, I can just very quickly double click on this camera to get the view from around that corner. So same thing, I can click here to get this back view. I can click here to get the other side. Super intuitive, super user-friendly. I like that I can have multiple windows opened at the same time. And it looks like this camera is detecting motion. It's probably just me. This is me over here in the corner on this camera. This camera, it looks like it's detecting motion, and it looks like it's just lights flashing in the warehouse in there. Anyway, all that can be tuned in to prevent some of these false alarms. This is all just a demo video, so I haven't done any of that tuning. That's just a quick demonstration of what you can do with this map view. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Now let's open up this smart menu, and the biggest feature upgrade that I want to talk about here is the LPR functionality, because in the past, we have done videos on the LPR before. You can go check them out. I'll leave it linked in the description below. This is the license plate recognition camera from Uniview. In the past, you could only really access and search through your license plate images with the NVR with an attached photo server. It sounds confusing. It is. Go check out that other video if you're interested. It explains it in a lot more depth. But now you can access these LPR images. You can search through your entire license plate database right here from EZStation 3.0. So I'm going to click on LPR. We did have an LPR set up yesterday attached to our NVR with the photo server running. So we should have a few plates in here. I'm going to go to our, I don't think I added it. Let's go to device management and look for a 16 channel NVR. Yes, right here, 103. Let's add that. We'll come back into LPR. We can see the new LPR set up here. And I believe it was channel 8 that was our license plate camera. Right now it's offline because we no longer have it installed. If we did still have this camera up, which I kind of wish we did, we could see real-time monitoring of our license plate camera right from this screen. But instead, let's come here to pass-through records, change this to our 16 channel NVR, channel 8, and we'll click search. And there we go. We have about 11 pages of different license plates that we've been able to collect. We can double click it. We can see the image. We can watch the video. We could watch the video if there was probably the time on the NVR and the camera were probably out of sync. If they were in sync, we would be able to see the video here of the footage being taken. But we do have the image. We have the license plate number. We can come through and look at all of these different records. And if you're looking for a specific plate, you can type the plate number in here, such as, let's do this one here, AA6568. Click search. And we get just these two images right here. Really cool. That's going to be a game changer for you LPR users out there, because this is a fantastic way to manage your license plate records. Everything else about this program is pretty standard. You can set up facial recognition and intelligent events just like you can inside the web browser. So I'm going to pick a camera here. We can do real-time monitoring. Again, we can do pass-through records. We can search by an image if we have a picture of a person that we want to compare against the footage that we have. Same thing for perimeter protection, which is going to be, your line crossing and region entrance, region exit, intrusion detection. You can monitor all of that right here from this screen. Let's see what happens when I walk into the production room. There we go. You can see that now that we've had this on live monitoring, an image of me pops up right here, and we can see that this was caused by an intrusion detection. We can see which camera it was on. We can see the time. We can click for more details. If this was accessed through the NVR and not the camera itself, we could play back the video of that instance. EZStation 3.0. If you don't have this installed on your Mac or your PC, you're really missing out on some powerful ways to monitor your surveillance system. There's a lot more to see about this program, so let me know down in the comments below exactly what you're curious to see. Are there any features or functionalities that you'd like me to highlight? If so, I'd love to get your ideas. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. If you're interested in this kind of content, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us across social media so you never miss another security video. Happy installing, and we'll catch you in the next one.